Hey everybody, this is Roberto, and welcome to another YouTube live session brought to you by friends over at TubeBuddy, one of the best plugins for YouTube that you can possibly get. TubeBuddy helps you grow your YouTube channel by doing SEO and a ton of other features, including using my checklist every time you upload to YouTube. So I'm seeing you guys in live chat. Welcome, welcome. Thank you, Andrew, for helping me out moderating. Thanks so much to Buddy for just having me here on the stream. I'm going to be answering your questions. Some of you have already submitted some in advance, and this is going to be great. Today we're going to be talking about how to make money on YouTube, and specifically I'm going to talk a lot about how you can make money on YouTube aside from YouTube AdSense, because sometimes your videos will get demonetized depending on community guidelines, copyright, or issues with YouTube advertisers in the way that they're participating in the platform. So you need some ways to be able to make money consistently on YouTube, whether you have the ability to do YouTube AdSense or not. So those are some things we're going to talk about. We're going to cover at least a few options for you, and I think it's going to be really great. So go ahead and have your questions over in the super chat. Yeah, some of you are commenting, seeing that it's cool to see the number over there growing. Yeah, that's always a lot of fun. I'm actually testing out some hardware with that monitor and with a mini PC because that is a sponsor deal that worked out. And sponsorships are one of the many ways you can make money on YouTube. So I'm going to get into that a little bit. As Andrew is pointing out, please, when you're in these chats and in YouTube comments for people in general, do not advertise your own YouTube channel. Don't ask for shout outs and don't try to do self-promotion. This is an opportunity for people to be able to ask questions, get answers, get some help with their YouTube channel. And I know there are a lot of you who want to know, well, how do I get views and how do I get subscribers? And the short answer to that is I've done some videos on my YouTube channel that you can watch for those answers. I want us to focus specifically on your questions around making money on YouTube, making this profitable, and increasing your overall earnings and making this sustainable. So that's what I want to focus on. I also don't necessarily want to focus on the YouTube advertiser boycott that's currently going on. I want to talk about practical solutions for making money today, whether AdSense is on the table or not. So I definitely want to answer your questions regarding that. If you guys want me to talk about AdSense stuff, I can do that in a whole nother video or a whole nother stream. So let's jump into at least running off a list of some different ways that you can make money on YouTube before I jump into your questions. AdSense is the obvious and easy way that the majority of people make money on YouTube. And the way that AdSense works is that every time you have videos on YouTube, advertisers may or may not run advertisements against that in terms of a video that plays before your YouTube video, or also a display ad over on the side or on the bottom of the video. So these are ad spots, and this all happens in an auction called Google AdWords. And from there, you get paid through Google AdSense. You have to have a Google AdSense account tied to your YouTube channel in order to monetize, and you have to activate it. And to do that, you also have to verify your account with a phone number and do a number of things. You can get that from google.com/AdSense, and then you can connect that with your YouTube channel in your channel settings. So that is how you're going to be able to monetize your YouTube videos the traditional way. What happens with that is that you're paid for every CPM, which is per 1,000 views your videos may have made X amount of money. The average is usually between 50 cents to $2, maybe as high as $5 depending on the advertiser. You only get paid from Google and YouTube when you've made at least $100 off of advertising altogether. If you made 50 in a month but you didn't make 100, if you do 200 the next month, then you'll get 250 30 days after you hit that. So that's how it would work. So you have to at least make $100 before you get any type of payment, and it's not necessarily the hardest thing to do. Keep in mind, for every 1,000 views, if you're getting ads ran against most of your video views, you'll probably earn about $2. If you wanted to make a living off of YouTube with AdSense, the reality is that you'd have to do between 500,000 to 1,000,000 views per month, and that's assuming that none of your ads or none of your videos are demonetized. So that means that it's very hard to make a living just off of YouTube AdSense, which is why I do not believe in people saying that that's how they want to quote unquote make a living. I feel it's too risky. You have no control. But something that you can do, here are some things you can do that are not AdSense that can help you. I would say that sponsors could definitely be an option, and you can go and make sponsor deals directly, or you can use platforms. You can do affiliate marketing. I do very well with that personally with Amazon, BH Photo Video, TubeBuddy, and some other affiliate marketing deals that I do, and those are options. You can sell a product. Currently, I don't sell any products. You can sell merchandise. You could do stuff like the Create Awesome t-shirt. I actually do sell those, but I don't plug them a lot, so I don't make a ton of money on that. But I could, and there are other people who make a ton of money on merchandise. So it just depends on your circumstances and your brand. We've got Super Chat. People can donate to you during your live streams. You have Patreon. People can donate to you every month. So these are options that you have available. Andrew is pointing out that TubeBuddy has merch. TubeBuddy.com/shop. So make sure you're checking that out. And Andrew, you guys need to send me some more TubeBuddy swag. I need some of those TubeBuddy shades so I can Casey Neistat it up. So that's going to be cool. So Beanie Dawes says if you want to make that sort of living on AdSense, you got to have a unique personality, not just great videos, and you need to stand out. Yeah, that's true, but even if you do, there are plenty of people who have these great personalities, but they're doing content that YouTube is deemed maybe too controversial or that advertisers don't like. So that could be a problem. That could be very problematic for you, because what if you are someone like, just to use an example, if you're somebody doing content the way that, say, iDubbbz does content, right? Advertisers may decide that that's not advertiser friendly, or YouTube might decide that's not advertiser friendly, and then all of a sudden, you're not making money. There are a lot of YouTube channels that are very popular and have these personalities, but they're doing content that pushes the envelope, and advertisers have said no, and some of them lost 50 to 70% of the money they were making. So that's why you just really can't rely on YouTube AdSense. I like being in control of things. So I think selling a product, that's something you can control. Selling a service, you're a YouTuber, great. If you're not making money on your YouTube channel, I recommend that some of you go and you do video editing for other people, and you can make some real good money video editing. You can make money shooting videos, get out from behind, from in front of the camera, get behind the camera, and then start making some real money doing photography and video for companies in your local area, shoot weddings, do something. Use those same skills and use your YouTube channel as just a portfolio that shows that you understand how to work a camera. So then you can do that and you can make some real money. I turned my ability to understand YouTube and the analytics and all that stuff into a very lucrative marketing and account management service. So that's how I figured out how to make money on YouTube, besides sponsors, which I do very well with, affiliate marketing, which I do really well with. I decided to offer a service. I don't have a product right now, but I might in the future. Did a little bit of merchandise. It doesn't make a ton of money, but it makes some, which is great. And other things you can do is Patreon. I don't run Patreon so much on my YouTube channel. I do it on my podcast, which is the Create Something Awesome Today podcast. And since I have that in SoundCloud and iTunes, what I do is in SoundCloud, I also link to affiliate links of the hardware that I use, like the audio that I have right now, the microphone, the webcam, things like that. And I also do that on my YouTube videos. So that's a good way to make the affiliate marketing. Andrew says you need to get one of those shirts. You can go to robertoblake.com/shirts and you can get one of the Create Awesome t-shirts. See, minor plug. So I mean, those are things you can do. And so that's why what I like to do in terms of a business model is I like to diversify. I think you should figure out 5 ways besides YouTube AdSense that you can make money. And I think for a lot of you, going out and using your camera to go ahead and do that, you can make money using your camera to shoot and film and to edit. And I think you guys can make a lot more money like with that than even with a part-time job today, just because everyone wants to do video for their business. Lightson says, I'm hesitant to make a Patreon. I'm worried that viewers will think you're a sellout. Reference my video on how to know if you're a sellout, and I would say don't worry about what people think. If you're worried about what people think, it's going to be very hard for you to be successful on YouTube. It's going to be very hard for you to be successful on social media if your decisions are based on what people think. So that's what I would say. The average Dan says, I've heard others say that links that send you away from YouTube hurt your channel. Your thoughts? They can if you're worried more about your YouTube channel. I'm worried a lot more about my bank account than I am about growing my viewer subscriber count. So if I have the opportunity to send people away from YouTube and capture $300 on a product, or I have the ability to send people away from YouTube, get them to buy a camera, and I get $60 for that one person. If I have the ability to send people away from YouTube and they hire me for consulting and I make a few $1,000s on that, or I send them away from YouTube and they hire me to do public speaking or workshop and I get, hundreds or thousands of dollars plus travel for that, I'm not worried about my viewer subscriber count. Which is the interesting thing that I tell you guys a lot of times about my channel is that I am much less worried about, as cool as that number is behind me, as cool as that is, much less worried about that, much more worried about the bank and achieving my goals and building my brand and building my business than worrying about that one little thing in the algorithm that can hurt me, especially since I'm doing everything else right. So I think you just have to figure out how much content you're going to make that takes people off of YouTube, how much content you're going to make that keeps people on YouTube, and how much that affects your bank account. Because it's easier to get to $100 through affiliate marketing or selling a product or selling a service than it is to get to $100 in YouTube ad revenue for views. So that's what I would take a look at. So Lauren Bersargio asks, question, I do mental health related videos. It's not my full-time job, but was hoping to earn a bit of extra income to support my time via ads. Mental health is no longer advertiser friendly. Any thoughts? Great question, Lauren. It's not that mental health is no longer advertiser friendly. I think you have to do your titles, descriptions, and tags in a way that doesn't send up red flags, which means finding a way to talk about something maybe that's not extremely controversial with mental health. To be honest, none of my videos that talk about depression or anxiety, which I went through as a creative professional, I've talked about that just like none of those have been demonetized. But what I would do in your situation as a mental health channel is I would consider using affiliate marketing in the form of self-help books, possibly. And I would also consider building an email list and then doing some marketing through that, or sell some kind of product as well that might be able to help support people. Or I would also start a free support group in Facebook that can help grow your channel. In terms of monetizing a mental health related channel without AdSense, I would say that sponsors are a great way to go. I would say partnering with nonprofits that want to create awareness, that have a little bit of money in their budget to support you, would be a great way to go. And I would say that donations through Patreon is a fantastic option for you, as well as doing live Q&As and letting people donate via Super Chat, as long as you get the 1,000 subscribers that you need to get donations via Super Chat. So I think that mental health related channel is something that people will come out of pocket to support, and I think that maybe you should write a book that could help people as well, and that you monetize that way while also providing a public service. That would be my option for how you build a financially stable channel around mental health related topics. In the future, honestly, consider also looking for a private investor in your channel, because that's something that I'm looking at. Is if channels form a LLC or a company, you can actually get money by giving up equity in the business, and the channel becomes one of the assets in the business. So I would look at something like that. TubeBuddy says, I think we need to build a new tool that identifies flagged words in your titles, tags, and descriptions. TubeBuddy, I would love for you guys to use something that audits the titles, tags, and descriptions and scores it for being advertiser friendly. I also would like in TubeBuddy a feature that could do some SEO scoring, like on a scale of 1 to 100. So I think a scoring for SEO and how well optimized your SEO is for a specific word or overall would be great, similar to SEO Yoast. I would like something like that. And I also would like a scoring system for how advertiser friendly the titles, descriptions, and tags are. I would love that. Let's see. I'm not covering questions, and by the way, I hate to do this, but any questions that are about promoting and gaining views and subscribers, I'm going to be ignoring in this particular stream. We're going to be focused on money-related topics, topics related to earning money on YouTube and revenue and the business side, because that is the focus of our live stream. If you want to know how to grow your YouTube channel and get more subscribers or more views, I've done a ton of videos. If you go over to youtube.com/Roberto Blake 2, which is my YouTube channel, I've already covered in over 160 videos how to accomplish those things. So I would definitely recommend going over there. This focus is going to be on money, 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 money. So I want to help you guys make some money and make this profitable. Some of you want this to be a full-time income. So let's talk about that. Let's see. There are some questions over here that I'm going to try and answer. Let me refresh the questions over in the questionnaire side. And again, got to make sure that they are money related and not subscriber and view related. Roberto, is there a better way to make money than asking for donations via Patreon or affiliate links or for small channels at less than 200 subs? Great question. If you have less than 200 subs, the real answer is that it's very hard depending on your niche, especially since most of you with that will be vloggers or entertainers, to make money. The answer is sell a product or service is my real answer to that. It's the best way if you're a small YouTuber to make real money is if you have a $10, $15, $20 product in the form of a book, an ebook, a download, a course of some kind. Those 100, 200 people, if 10 or 20 of them buy it, you're making much more money than you'll ever make off of views in the short term in the first year. So I would definitely look at something like that. I still feel like affiliate marketing, so many of you are afraid to do affiliate marketing and you're like, but I don't have a big enough subscriber base or I don't get enough views to do affiliate marketing. And that's the crappy answer because affiliate marketing is sales. How many, all right, look, when someone buys an expensive enough camera or a laptop, I make between $20 and $40 depending on the laptop or camera they make. I don't need 100 people. I only need one sale to make 40 or 50 bucks. I would need thousands upon thousands upon thousands of views before I can make 40 or 50 dollars in AdSense. So stop worrying about how many people are watching, and if you got 100 people, then convert 20 of them. If you got 100 people, convert 20 of them. If you had 100 people watch something and you had a $30 product and you converted 20 of them, you'd make $600. You'd make $600 off of 20 people. So why do you care if it's 20,000? 20,000 is scale, but there are YouTubers that I know with hundreds of thousands of people and they have no ability to sell anything. I know YouTubers with 500,000 subscribers that can barely pay rent because they're depending on AdSense instead of being business savvy. And I don't want that for you. I want you, even with 1,000 subscribers, to understand you can start making real money if you stop making it up in your head that you need more numbers, that you need that before you can make money. I was making money when nobody knew who I was on YouTube. I was making money on the internet. I was making money on the internet because I could find people online that would hire me to edit their photos. I was flipping stuff on eBay. I was finding freelance jobs as a video editor, as a graphic designer, as a writer. I still sometimes do those things, but at much higher prices now that I have a business. So it doesn't matter what your subscriber or view count is. You can make money on YouTube if you're smart about it. So I would just encourage you to stop worrying about the views and subscribers so much. One person who writes a really nice check, I mean, realize, like, all right, like 200,000 people subscribe, but I only like right now have 5 or 6 consulting clients that pay a substantial amount of money monthly to do one-on-one coaching and consulting calls with me for their brand and for their business, and I make a few grand a month via 5 clients. That's like, and that's for that specific thing. And then I still have clients that do one-off calls or one-off management account deals, and that's a lot of money. And so it's only a dozen or a couple of people out of 200,000, almost a quarter million people, for me to make real money. It only takes a dozen of them that will pay enough. So I really just want you to think about the fact that it doesn't take thousands upon thousands of people or thousands upon thousands or millions of views. It just doesn't. That's AdSense only. Be smarter than that. Someone asks, can I get sponsored when I'm below 1,000 subs? Typically, no, unless it's for a minor free product review for an accessory or something that's under $20, because it's usually not worthwhile to a sponsor. If you're going to try to get sponsors, you have to make it worthwhile for the sponsor. So if you're just trying to extract value, money, or free stuff from the sponsor, you probably shouldn't be looking at sponsorship. You should think about when you actually have something that you can do for them that helps their business, approaching them, and you should make it very clear to them what you helping their business might look like. So that would be my answer. I'm not going to be answering questions around views. I'm going to be ignoring those questions. All questions for this stream have to be focused around the business side of YouTube and monetizing and making money, and whether it's AdWords or otherwise. I'm sorry. I know a lot of you want to get views and want to get subscribers. We're not talking about that today. So that means I'm also skipping this question, this question, this question. How can I promote Patreon page, and what's the best way to drive patrons? This is a great question. So with Patreon, you should be using your other social media accounts to bring people to that who can help support your channel through donations. You should also incentivize them with perks, and you should also possibly incentivize them with some kind of exclusive content or some kind of private live stream. Those are great ways. If you look at what David DeFranco is doing, if you look at what Tim Schmoyer is doing, those are great examples of how to run a successful Patreon. And I would highly recommend you look at that. Steve Dotto is another great example of this. All right, so so far that answers the questions that we have over in the submission there. So that's cool. Let me scroll back through some of your comments and see if there are some questions that I might have missed. So YouTube did implement a recent policy that you have to get 10,000 lifetime views on your channel in order to activate AdSense and start earning through monetizing through ads. In speaking of that, the reality is that 10,000 views might seem impossible, but it's really not. And the reality is, to do that, you're going to have to make good content. And to be honest, it's not a real barrier to entry because most people chose not to monetize their YouTube channel until they had a better inventory of content and more subscribers anyway, because it meant that they didn't want to interrupt their growth or the ability for people to watch a video and decide that they want to subscribe prior to getting to the actual video, because that could turn people off, especially when they don't know your channel yet, they're not familiar, and you don't have any credibility. So that's usually the reason. So the 10K views, based on the fact that on average you only make maybe $2 per thousand if you're lucky anyway, you'd only be missing $20. So it's not a real loss. What are my thoughts on the YouTube ad boycott and when will things get back to normal? For the majority of YouTube channels, everything is normal. For 95% of YouTube channels, everything is normal. The majority of YouTube channels don't do controversial content. They don't do news. They don't do politics. They don't do shock jock stuff. So for the majority of YouTube channels, everything is just fine. You have a lot of big YouTubers that are complaining, and it makes the problem look a lot bigger than it actually is. And I'm not saying it's not an actual problem with the ad boycott. And yes, 250 advertisers did pull out. But what I will tell you is that my revenue hasn't decreased. Most of my clients whose accounts I manage, their revenue hasn't decreased. And almost every fitness channel that I've talked to is doing just fine. Every beauty channel that I talk to is doing just fine. Most of the vloggers I know are making more money than they've ever made. So, um, the ad boycott, when and if those advertisers decide to come back, they'll come back. If they want to miss prime advertising season during the summer, I'm sure their competitors will love to take advantage of it. So that is something that, that's what my thoughts on the ad boycott are. There are channels that are being hurt by it. Don't get me wrong, and I feel bad for those channels. That's why I'm doing this stream. The answer is to live on something other than AdSense. Use affiliate marketing, use the ability to sell merchandise, use the ability to do work directly with sponsors, maybe double down or triple down and be more aggressive about getting sponsors. Build other things outside of YouTube that make money that help your brand. Sell a service of some kind, such as get from in front of the camera, get behind it, and go out and shoot stuff for companies or shoot weddings or do something and make a crap ton of money. Don't worry about getting a part-time job. You make more money doing that. If you are smart about YouTube analytics, start selling your services as a consultant. WebTech Center says, can someone tell me what the safe CTR rate is for a channel? There's no such thing. Also, if you started your YouTube channel before the advertiser boycott, you're probably fine on the 10,000 views thing. Let's see. Someone says, I think Yahya says, I'm part of an affiliate marketing program, but I've made nothing. Well, you make money in proportion to how well you sell the thing that you're promoting. You can't just post a link and then kick back, do this, and expect everything to just happen for you. Have you put yourself in a position to advocate for the product? A primary example would be, when I do these live streams, I tell you guys to go to my affiliate link for TubeBuddy, tubebuddy.com/awesome. Why? Because TubeBuddy is awesome. It is the best overall tool to use for growing your YouTube channel. And beyond the YouTube SEO and being discovered versus like being noticed, and the fact that it helps with that, it gives you important data. I learned that the best time for me to upload a video to YouTube is 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I wouldn't have known that without TubeBuddy because I would have been taking everybody else's advice instead of using data that's specific to my audience, because everyone else will tell you these random things about when the best time to upload is, but they don't know your audience. But TubeBuddy can use the data from your YouTube channel to figure out when the best time to upload for your audience is. So I figured that out. When I wanted to add more affiliate links to my YouTube stuff and I wanted to set up templates for my different days of the week, TubeBuddy let me get organized and manage that more efficiently. So it's a tool that's saving me time, helping me make more money, and it's helping me understand my audience and my data better. So that's why I recommend you guys go to tubebuddy.com/awesome, linked up in the description, and you go ahead and you grab the tool yourself. And, so that would be an example of how you do affiliate marketing the correct way, by doing a plug, letting people know it's your affiliate link, and advocating appropriately for the tool by telling people what it actually does. If you're just posting affiliate links to your camera gear, but you never do a review on your camera gear, or you never show people a sample of the quality of your camera gear, how can you expect them to trust your information and buy it? So if you're going to do affiliate marketing on YouTube, you have to be smart about it, and you have to be authentic, and you have to show people and prove to them why you're recommending this and that's good quality. I recommend my YouTube gear to you guys. Go to robertoblake.com/YouTube gear, because it's really affordable in most cases. You can save up for it, and it produces results, and it gets easy and out of my way. I end up recommending this camera, which is the Lumix G7, because it has a flip-out screen, and the flip-out screen is a touch screen, and it's a $600 camera that shoots 4K video. That's going to be better than anything Nikon and Canon are offering you right now, and the only thing it doesn't do great is low light. But unless you're buying a $1,500 camera, you can't really expect great low light anyway. So that's why. But I use lenses to compensate for that. See, primary example of how you properly advocate for a product. robertoblake.com/YouTube gear. Find my gear list. use the same thing I'm using. See, that's how you do it. That's literally an example. So now you know how to do that. You know, we don't have a sponsor, or I would show you guys how to. Actually, I know how to show you guys how to do a sponsorship plug. I'll use it doing my own merch. It's like, hey, you guys, if you want to create awesome things and share them with the world and let other people know how awesome you are, why don't you buy one of the Create Awesome t-shirts? Go to robertoblake.com/shirts, pick up yours today. See, that's how you do a plug. These are the things that are going to help you make money on YouTube, is understanding how to plug your merch, how to do affiliate deals, how to do product reviews properly, how to acquire sponsors, how to sell your own product or service, identifying things within your niche that people have a demand for. That's how you're going to make money on YouTube, versus just relying on AdSense, because you don't control YouTube AdSense. The ads could go away. The advertisers could go away. YouTube could demonetize your channel. You still need a way to make money if you're going to put time into this. Senny D asks, what other affiliate programs do you recommend besides Amazon? I recommend BH Photo Video if you're doing technology or camera gear stuff. If you want to do web hosting, almost all the web hosting companies have affiliate stuff. TubeBuddy has affiliate stuff as well. A lot of other plugins and apps have affiliate marketing. iTunes has affiliate marketing for you to recommend music and mobile apps. So that's definitely something that I would take a look at. In terms of online courses, if you're an education channel, look at ClickBank as well. And almost everyone who has an online course usually has an affiliate program for their online course. When I start doing courses, I'll have like a personal branding course and a YouTube creator course coming out at the end of the summer. I'm going to be doing an affiliate program that's like a 30% affiliate program. So there are a lot of people who offer affiliate deals. You just have to go out and look for them. You can do a Google search. You can look for that. You can ask companies if they have an affiliate deal. GearBest is another technology company that has stuff besides Amazon, because maybe Amazon is restricted in the place that you're at. Look at B&H and look at GearBest. They do that stuff. GearBest does product sponsorships if you have a big enough channel, maybe 10, 20,000 subscribers, and they can send you something if you have a good niche, especially if it's camera gear related. So I would look at things like that. And again, if you're going to do merch, you have to do cool merch. Jesu asks, how do mid-roll ads work on YouTube, and what is the best placement for them? Mid-roll ads and post ads instead of pre-roll become available when you have a video that's over 10 minutes. If you're going to do a mid-roll ad, in the way you produce your video, you should have a pause for a break where you could insert that, and you should know exactly where you're going to put that. And I think it just depends on your audience and whether they accept that kind of thing. The Ugly Inside says, hey, Roberto, I've used TubeBuddy, and it's an incredible tool to understand how and where your metadata is performing, see who is retweeting and embedding where it's viewed across the world. Definitely recommend. Yeah, I recommend it too for those reasons and more. Let's see. Azil Knight says, what would be some great perks for photographers on Patreon? Tremendous question. If you have a Patreon and you want people to donate to you and your community is photographers, I would say that if they're videographers, LUTs are good. If they're photographers, Lightroom presets would probably be helpful. I would also, say maybe some type of like private Q&A or some kind of checklist would be good. Those kind of things usually go over well. Yeah, that's probably what I would say. Yeah, LUT packages are amazing if you're doing video editing and color grading. I totally agree. So those are definitely some things. Let's see if some more questions came up in the submission form here. I've had some companies send emails about making my own selection of products to sell, existing products that I use and would recommend. Is that a good idea? I don't really make that kind of content and usually do product sales. You do animation and cartoons. If you're an animation and cartoon channel, I think that you should do things like reviews of your art supplies. I think you should do reviews of any of the drawing tablets that you're doing. And I think you should do reviews of any of the software. Even if you haven't done it in the past, there's so many people, myself included, who like understanding the tools and the things that it takes to do animation or design. So that is something that I think you should be doing if you're not, and then I think you should embrace working with these companies if they're going to give you either free tools or they're going to give you sponsorship money. I think that'd be a great opportunity for you. Just because you haven't done it in the past doesn't mean you shouldn't. I think you should do that. I also think gaming channels should be doing hardware reviews, and I think they should be doing mobile app reviews, and I think that they should do their PC gaming setup, and I think that they should be doing affiliate marketing with that. I really do. So those are things you could look at. How useful is Social Blue Book? Have you had success with it before? I use Social Blue Book to get a nice range for how I developed my packages for sponsorship, and I found it to be fairly accurate. And I was able to sell based on those numbers. Hi, Roberto. What's the best place to sell merch? I'm unsure whether my audience would pay for merch, as just a printed t-shirt can be $25. Plus, MCNs really worth it for small channels? And do you think it's time to join them since they take a percentage of the revenue? I'm not usually in favor of multi-channel networks. They can be helpful if you're doing a lot of content that needs to be protected under fair use. I think they can be helpful for some of you, but for everything that a multi-channel network offers aside from that, I've done videos that teach you how to do all of that yourself and give up none of your money. So I would probably do that. And to be honest, with the multi-channel network I've been with, I don't really feel like I've gotten much benefit from them. They take a small percentage of my money, and I just can't be bothered. And plus, technically, I'm studying them because I have my own reasons. And I'll be honest with you guys, I might start a multi-channel network, but it won't be something that anybody can join. It will be for companies that I want to have an acquisition deal with that will come under the umbrella of my company, or it might be for YouTube channels started within my company that I do a multi-channel network, and there are reasons for that on the business back end. And so I'm part of a multi-channel network partly to study multi-channel networks. So I don't really believe that they are great for most YouTubers, but there are people that it's worked out well for. So your experience may vary, your mileage may vary. I don't recommend them for small YouTubers, though, because you have no negotiating power, no leverage, and they take a crap ton of your money. That's my answer. As for where's the best place to sell merchandise, wherever it makes it easier for you to make the merchandise. Amazon has an Amazon merch program now, and the revenue on that actually is pretty good in terms of what your cut is. If you did like a $20 t-shirt, you'd make like $7, so that's not bad. I currently use Spreadshirt. I might actually start using a combination of Amazon merch, though, because I think more of my subscribers will buy merch that they see in Amazon, and they'll click on Amazon links sooner than they'll click on anything else, because Amazon has everyone's trust. So I would look at that. So yeah, hope that answers some of your questions. Let me scroll through the chat and see if we have any more additional questions that would be good to answer here. Let's see. Roberto, what is the best way to place a value on your YouTube channel when approaching a potential sponsor? Do it based on your ability to reach the audience demographic that matters to them. If you try to go with views or subscribers, that's a losing game. Make it value based. Also include pricing for yourself from a production and an editing standpoint in terms of what your time is worth. It's tricky for everybody. There's no magic formula. Temmy's Diary, you said you signed up for TubeBuddy 2 weeks ago. Watch my step-by-step tutorial on ranking and tags for TubeBuddy. I think that'll help you. Let's see. Yeah, for anyone who doesn't know how TubeBuddy works, if you go to my YouTube channel or if you look for TubeBuddy, if you do a search for TubeBuddy step by step, you'll probably find it. And that, let me just double check that. TubeBuddy step by step. My video should probably, yep, my video is the first video for that usually. So yeah, if you go and you watch my how to tag YouTube videos and get more views in YouTube step by step, that will help you understand TubeBuddy and how to make it work. So again, this stream is focused on questions about YouTube money. If you're asking me how to get views and how to get subscribers, I'm not answering those questions today. I've answered those questions in other videos that you can watch anytime. But this one, I specifically want to know about your issues with making YouTube money, one way or the other. So if you have those questions, happy to answer them. Let's see. How do gaming videos and monetization work together since you don't technically have or don't know my tax info because I'm under 18? Wait, no, I read two questions together. How do gaming videos and monetization videos work together since you don't technically own the games you play? Can creators get you demonetized if they feel like it's fair use? It depends on the company. Nintendo has had some controversies with demonetizing content. Most companies are fine. So that's your answer. ROX, how do you become a YouTube millionaire? Make $1 a million times. Make $1 on YouTube a million times. That's how you become a YouTube millionaire. Next question. Oh, here's another way to become a YouTube millionaire. Make $1,000 1,000 times. If I'm not mistaken, that's how you become a YouTube millionaire. Or make $100,000 on YouTube 10 times. Do math. That's how you become a YouTube millionaire. Hey, you ask a smart question, you get a smart answer. Yeah, I am kind of a jerk, right? No. Play the Mind says, would it be spammy to announce an Indiegogo or a GoFundMe project on my YouTube channel, even if the project is related to the content? Be prepared for a lot of backlash on that. People aren't typically a fan of that. I would go more the Patreon route, if anything. But again, if you think your audience will support it, then by all means do that. But do be prepared for some potential backlash. My Harry Brit, good to see you. My views have exploded lately, but the YouTube ad ban has come at the wrong time. Is there any estimate on when ad spends will be back to normal? 6 months, a year? My Harry Brit, for your type of content, don't expect the AdSense stuff to change anytime soon. Right now, YouTube is being very aggressive with it. Expect that to last through the summer, but be prepared for the simple fact that the YouTube ad revenue that you knew for not safe for work content, for potentially provocative content, understand that that's probably going away and never coming back, and then pivot your business model accordingly. And that's an unfortunate answer, but it's the reality, and it's why I've addressed these 5 to 10 different ways to make money on YouTube, is because it will become very important for a channel like yours. A channel like yours needs to do much more with merchandise and t-shirts. I think you need to, look, if I were a YouTube comedian, for those of you who are entertainers and comedians, I would do what the actual comedians do in the real world to make money, which is I would do more actual performances at clubs and make money. I would make sure that people are supporting me through Patreon. I would do live stream improv shows and have people donate to me via super chat. I would also make t-shirts and merch that people would buy. But here's the thing, I'd also put together videos of my best skits and material and let people buy them if they want on download for iTunes and on Amazon. Because even though we can get free content on YouTube, plenty of us still buy DVDs and buy digital downloads. I know I do. So even though I can watch a lot of stuff on the internet for free, I still buy digital downloads of the stuff that I want. I still buy people's comedy shows. I still do that so that I can download it and I can own it and I can watch whatever I want without ads, and I can watch it on every and any device that I want, and I can watch it on my big screen 50-inch TV. So I would say that for entertainers, make a best of compilation and put some exclusive new material and put that on iTunes, and people who want to buy it for 5 or 10 or 15 bucks or whatever, they will buy it. Will the majority of everyone buy it? No, but how many sales do you need to make real money? You don't need the majority of them. If you convert 2% of your audience, it's still real legit money. So why worry about it? A sale is a sale. Why not make something, put it out there? Look, when you put up a video, you have no guarantee of views. So why are so many of you scared of putting something out there? Oh, I don't think anybody will buy it. The marketplace will decide. The marketplace will decide. God, what was his name? Andy Weir. When Andy Weir wrote his book, all the publishers told him to screw off and that no one would buy his book. He put it on the internet for free. His fans said, hey, we want to read it on our Kindle and we want to read it on our iPad. Put it in the Kindle store and the iBook store. It became an overnight bestseller. And all the publishers wrote him off and told him that no one would ever buy his book. And then he ended up selling the movie rights to it, and Matt Damon ended up starring in it. You know what that book was? The Martian. Nobody was going to buy The Martian either, and it became a bestseller overnight. The publishing industry had to come groveling, and then the movie rights went to Miramax, and Matt Damon starred in it, and it was acclaimed. But no one's going to buy from you, right? So if Andy Weir was told and believed no one was going to buy from him, and then it becomes a bestseller, then I think you'll probably be okay. So that would be my answer. Well, I use Captain Sped. I use the Martian example every time because it's just true and it's real and it's relevant. So that's why. Um, 30 by 40 design workshop. When negotiating with a sponsor, what is a good opening CPM rate to start? Getting 15K average views for video with a sponsor offering 2% CPM? No, because CPMs are based on idea of visual impressions. YouTube videos aren't impressions. YouTube video views aren't impressions. YouTube videos are clicks, which means that's not a CPM rate, and it shouldn't be applied as a CPM rate because that's silly. I actually was an advertiser and a marketer, and CPMs are for banner advertisements, which means, oh, somebody saw that, and then that's a CPM rate. When someone sees your video in a search or on the homepage, that would be an impression. They actually are clicking on your video and choosing to view it. That is an opt-in in a way, and thus it's not the same thing. So you should never go off a CPM rate when it comes to an advertiser or a sponsor, to be honest, when it comes to YouTube videos, in my opinion, because it doesn't translate the same thing. A YouTube video is the same as a landing page. It's just another step in the process for that. So it's not the same thing. So I wouldn't charge based on CPM rates. And that's the problem with the way marketers and advertisers think, is they haven't been thinking in a video first world, because by the way, we live in a video first world now. Everyone's talked about mobile first a lot lately, and oh, mobile first and phone first. We live in a video first world, and the thing is, my contemporaries in marketing and advertising have not realized that yet, and that's a mistake. So I don't sell it based on that, and I don't recommend you do either. I would price it based on what the value of acquisitions are proportionately to them, meaning that if they get an acquisition and a sale and their product is $100 and you are pretty sure you can sell 10 of them, then it's worth probably charging them $250 or $300 or something, when it's possible that they're going to make $1,000 because their product is worth 100 and you're sure you can convert 10 people. Luxury Card Store says, I heard that you need to give and give before you've earned the right to sell stuff with affiliate links. When is it too early to ask for money? I disagree with that if it's a review. If it's a product review, you've earned the right to use affiliate links, because the give is you're giving information that helps with a buying decision. So that's why I don't think that applies in the way that people think it does. So it does depend on how you set up your channel. I would say you could go into affiliate links from day one. And I would challenge you to go to affiliate links from day one if your affiliate links are representing a resource that helps people make a buying decision of choosing between one or two things, or you're just recommending what you use. I recommend what I use. And the thing is, with someone who's never watched my videos, how have I earned that right? So I want you to kind of like take that with a grain of salt and take it into context that earning the right is delivering quality information. So that's how I would perceive it. All right. So I need to also apparently, even though we've only got maybe about 10 more minutes here in the stream, remind people to not self-promote and not to spam in the stream. So let's talk about Super Chat and how that's a viable way for many of you to make money on YouTube. Super Chat is something YouTube introduced for live streams. You saw that someone donated that $5. That's going to TubeBuddy, by the way, because we're on their channel right now, so that's not going to me, but thank you. So the way Super Chat works is if you have 1,000 or more subscribers and you're doing live streams, then you get a donation. It's a split 70-30 between you and YouTube. So if you donated $10 and we were on my channel, I'd get $7, YouTube would get $3, which is a little better than the split on AdSense, to be honest. And that's direct donations versus you might have to get a few thousand views to make $10 on YouTube the traditional way. So Super Chat is becoming pretty accessible. 1,000 subscribers is a solid place to be doing that anyway. In terms of donations, because then you have an engaged fan base and you probably have some super fans that would be interested in that. So if somebody wants to contribute $1, $2, $5, $10, $20, what have you, then you are able to capture that via Super Chat, and it's a 70-30 split between yourself and YouTube. So that is definitely a viable way for people to make money on YouTube doing live streams. I do live streams maybe once a week on YouTube, and I do very well with Super Chat. So that's actually pretty cool. Oh, Amy Schmittauer just went live. Amy just seems to go live whenever I'm live or whenever I post a video, regardless of whether I'm on my channel or whether on hers. So guys, after this, maybe you check out Amy Schmittauer over at Savvy Sexy Social, because apparently she's live right now, and we're going to be wrapping up here in the next 7 minutes or so. So I think that's going to be cool. For those of you who keep asking how to get views and subscribers, go to youtube.com/RobertoBlake2 and watch my How to Grow a YouTube channel series. That's probably the best answer that I can give you when it comes to how to get more views and subscribers, because this chat's about money, 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 money. So if you got questions about money, you got 5 minutes to get them in. Can I please check out your new videos? No, specifically because you decided to spam a live stream. Next. Do you think spending money on AdWords for a YouTube channel is a smart idea? I think it depends on the business model. I don't think if you're trying to grow your YouTube channel specifically, no. I think if you're trying to grow awareness for a profitable brand that you already have, that might not have subscribers, yes. So in my case, it might make sense for me to buy ads, but I don't think it makes sense for a small YouTuber to buy ads unless they have an actual business. Andrew says, Roberto, I would love to get you and other experts in a roundabout chat about YouTube on the TubeBuddy channel. Let's make it happen. I'm totally down for it. I would love to get in here with Tim Schmoyer and Daryl Eves and Sonny Lenarduzzi and Owen Hemsath and Amy Schmittauer and David Walsh, Gideon Shalwick. Let's make that happen. I would love that. Nick Nimmin, Brian G. Johnson. Let's do it. Jesu says, Roberto, what ad format is the best to use? Display ads, overlay ads, etc. All of them. I actually use all of them. I use every ability to monetize that YouTube provides me with. Every single one. Homestead Tessie says, what about VidMe? doesn't have the brand equity of YouTube, doesn't have the creator base of YouTube, doesn't have the eyeballs, doesn't have the user base. If you think it'll work for you, please try it out. Let us know how it works. I can't be bothered to invest the energy and time on that particular platform as an alternative to YouTube, just because I don't think that in it positioning as a comparator to YouTube, it's viable, in my opinion. But for some people, that might be an option, especially if they're doing content that's not YouTube advertiser friendly. Maybe VidMe is a viable option for those people and for that group of content creators. I'm going to experiment with VidMe specifically just to make comparisons, but the reality is that from a marketing standpoint, a brand equity standpoint, a notoriety standpoint, I don't think that VidMe has the leverage. I think if anyone was going to truly compete with YouTube, it would have been Facebook or Twitch, and they haven't been able to pull it off. I don't know if Super Chat will go worldwide. I anticipate that it will. I think it's been very successful for YouTube. I think people have a demand for Super Chat, and so I can't say when it will go worldwide, but I think it will. So I think that's cool. Do I get paid for this? TubeBuddy is generous enough to compensate me for my time on their channel, so yeah. But I would do it anyway. I do live streams on my channel, and unless you guys donate when I'm doing live streams on my channel, I don't get paid. I do live streams on Facebook. Facebook doesn't pay me. I do live streams on Periscope. Periscope doesn't pay me. I do live streams on Instagram. Instagram doesn't pay me. So, whatever. But that's what it is. Let's see. Where can we find videos that are copyright free? Copyright free videos, sign up for video blocks, and that is definitely an option. I get my copyright music from audio blocks, and I get my images from Adobe Stock and Graphic Stock. Those are definitely options. So that definitely helps. Let's see. As an alternative means of money in live streams, what is the gist of Super Chat other than the 70/30 fees? Other than that, the way Super Chat works is you're paid out via your Google AdSense as per usual, and the other part of it is that it's based on your fans engaging and choosing to donate to you. And if they're very engaged and they're very passionate and they care about you and they want to support you, then that's a great way to ensure that you're making some revenue. And I think it's more profitable for most people than just actual AdSense, to be honest. I believe VidMe monetizes, but YouTube is the primary video platform that monetizes. Monarch Training says, when should you monetize? My channel is of fitness and more specific to CrossFit and to promote my business, all relatively new. So when do I monetize for my situation? Monarch Training, you should already be monetizing beyond AdSense, but you should also monetize for AdSense, but specifically Monarch Training. And by the way, you will probably make more money on ads than a lot of people, but you should already be doing affiliate marketing links in your YouTube channel. You should already be doing product reviews in your YouTube channel. You should already be doing sponsorships even early on when you're doing a fitness type channel that promotes your business. And again, it's to promote your business. You should also develop a product. If you're a fitness channel, develop some type of virtual training video product and sell it on something like Teachable or Kajabi or Thinkific, and have that as a course and make it like a $200, $300 course. Sell some type of membership group as well, and some type of support group and member site. Those are business models for a fitness based channel. And sell merchandise. Those things will do very well. Sell motivational workout shirts and potentially source in China some type of piece of workout equipment or something that is easy and smart, like your own waistband or whatever it is. Like, source something like that in China, brand it yourself, and then sell it directly and make a crap ton of money. And sell that through Amazon and use your YouTube channel to promote the actual product. Let's see. Roberto, have you used kit.com? and had decent success with it. Kit.com does a great job of helping with your affiliate marketing. The way I'm using it is to use it for lead magnets, because while I can't link to email list and PDFs directly to Amazon, I can do it through Kit. They go to kit.com, and then that's an intermediary to Amazon, just like it would for my blog. So I can use that, and then that's my strategy, and that works out pretty well. So then in YouTube, I still go directly with Amazon affiliate links or with Genius links. So those are the methods that I'm using, but kit.com is amazing. And I share kit.com stuff directly in social media, so for affiliate marketing there, that's actually really practical. I also need to add TubeBuddy stuff to my kit.com because that'll work out well. Is there a minimum number of subscribers to start promoting like affiliate? No, as long as you're approved for whatever affiliate program based on their criteria. To my knowledge, there's no minimum subscriber limit. Roberto, is there any announcement you're really looking forward to at NAB? Anything Sony camera related that they announce at NAB will be amazing for me personally, because I'm looking forward to that, because it'll help me make a buying decision in terms of equipment. So that is what I would look at. Is YouTube suspending accounts for no reason? I wouldn't say for no reason. I mean, they're doing a much more aggressive crackdown due to advertiser-friendly concerns, so I wouldn't say it's no reason. So yeah. Live streams you do SEO on after the fact, not usually before, because all the options are not available to you in the way that YouTube currently sets up the live stream. So you wouldn't necessarily do that. However, the title disproportionately is the most important part of SEO, which means that even just off the title, and also just based off of my name being a powerful search term in YouTube right now for reasons, it actually has very decent SEO even in a live stream. So I know that one's probably just more of a joke, but I'm actually dead serious about that. So that's an answer to that question. And we'll update the descriptions and the tags after the live stream is over, because that's just practical. But yeah, I hope I've answered you guys' questions with regard to making money on YouTube and diversifying beyond AdSense, and how to do things like affiliate marketing, the way that you should approach pricing, sponsorship, and the fact that you should do merch. I think for some of you, merch is definitely a good option, but I also believe in offering a product or service. I also believe that many of you should get from in front of the camera, go behind the camera, do that on the weekends, and make hundreds, if not thousands of dollars using the skills that you have that make you a good YouTuber. Use those in the real world. So, that matters. B&B says, how can I make $1,000 a month from my channel? My content is pranks. I'll be honest with you, I'm not a big fan of prank channels, and I think that the advertiser boycott stuff is probably going to hurt prank channels along with a lot of others, so I wouldn't bank on it. I don't think with ads you're going to make $1,000 a month. I think you're going to have to figure something else out, but that's just me. I just don't think that the way that the advertisers are going, that prank channels are going to survive. So that would be my answer. I already talked about what gaming channels should do. So, that's the answer. With YouTube, is it hard to begin with? Are sports hard? Is learning an instrument hard? Everything's hard to begin with, depending on your level of talent, expertise, patience, smarts, skills, resources. Everything's hard. That's the real answer. Everything's hard. Always and forever. Oh, thanks so much. Yep. Great chatting with you guys too. Like more than anything, the goal here it should be for many of you, really should be a focus on diversify your revenue. Cannot stress this enough. Diversify your revenue in YouTube. Do not rely on AdSense. Figure out 5 of the other things that we talked about, whether it's sponsors, affiliate, Patreon, super chat, a product or a service, something that you can do that lets you use the skills and the platform to make money without relying just on AdSense, because AdSense is extremely vulnerable. It's extremely vulnerable, and I think that you should figure out something beyond that so that your income is safe. Self-help yourself. Hey Roberto, love your channel. Can you tell me at what point in the video you should look to sell the watch or something, whether it may be like an ebook? I think you can do it in the description no matter what, but I think it's just a matter of your comfort level on whether you feel you've provided some upfront value or whether you're referencing something. If I'm referencing camera gear because I'm teaching something, if I'm referencing it, it makes sense to tell you to buy it. So that is the answer. All right. So, guys, that's going to be it for this live stream. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for giving me an hour of your time. Thank you to our friends at TubeBuddy for having me host today and teach you about making money on YouTube. YouTube has a tremendous amount of opportunity for you guys to grow your brand, have a voice, monetize the things that you love, and, make money. And I think that if you are smart about it, it can be very lucrative and successful for you. Not everyone will be a YouTube millionaire, though. That's real. Not everyone will make $100,000 a year. That's very real. But do the best you can with what you have, where you are, as my good friend Amy Schmittauer would say, and I think you will be all right. I think that if you continue to work on creating great content, create value for your audience, and then if you figure out a few smart things, the money will come. It's not overnight success. Most YouTubers have to do this for 3 to 5 years before they make any substantial money or can make a living off of it. So I would stress patience, but I would also say that if you have a real business model, you can make this a great vehicle for your success. If you guys have questions, hit me up in Twitter at Roberto Blake in Twitter. I'm also over on Instagram if you want to check out behind the scenes and motivational stuff. You can find my YouTube channel at youtube.com/Roberto Blake 2. I'm going to link it down below. And if you want to use what I think is the greatest YouTube plugin and tool of all time and will only get better, especially if they listen to me, go check out TubeBuddy. TubeBuddy.com/awesome. TubeBuddy, we gotta get something in there that helps people know if their stuff is advertiser friendly, and we gotta get something in there that gives us scoring for SEO. So let's get those two features in there. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Go out there, create something awesome today, and maybe you can monetize it and make a little bit of cash. All right, you guys, take care.